Hey. Okay, 2 weeks in. I want to talk about training. My training experience. So far, it's been pretty good. I have a pretty decent trainer. She's been very informative, and she's teaching me a lot of things that I need to know in order to be successful out here, when I get out here on my own. The work is hard, it's hectic, it's unpredictable. That I can see. There is no 9 to 5. It is pretty much, whenever, something comes your way, you have to handle it. There'll be days when you may sit, you have an easy day, and then there'll be days, where you're going to have to run your butt off. And I've had the pleasure of having both of them. I've been pulling hazmat loads, so I've gotten a better understanding of what to do when it comes to hazmat, flammables, corrosives, environmental. I've hauled a pretty good amount of hazmat this week. Started this week. No, started last week. Let me see. I've pretty much, I think we clocked in maybe 3,000 miles already. Yeah, 3,000 miles in like 2 weeks. So that's pretty good, for a beginner. Trying to get, used to it. Today, let me see, over the last 24 hours, I went from LaPorte, Texas, to Houston, Texas, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to Shreveport, Louisiana, to Dallas, Texas, back to where I am now with this last load that we're going to take back to New Mexico. So, that's how my last 24 hours have been. This was my first experience, actually I could probably say 48 hours, because we've been running like team. She's been giving me team experience. So that's, the truck is running 24 hours. She has a shift, I have a shift. And, we just keep the truck going, keep the goods getting to where they're supposed to be getting to. So now we're on our 34-hour reset, and this is where I sit. And this is the only part of training that I just don't like. She leaves and she goes home, and I sit in a truck. I would have preferred to slept in a bed too, even if it was just one day. I don't know. I might walk over there. There's a little hotel. I know they're still building it. I'm gonna see if it's open today, because I could use a nice warm bed, instead of sleeping in a truck for a day. I mean, I want to get away from it too, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. I think when the trainer gets off the truck, I think that the trainee should be put up in a hotel. And that's the only thing that's sad, because I think being cooped up in a truck for that many days, I don't think, that may deter a person, or, make them rethink it, because you kind of get the thought of, you're going to be stuck on a truck all the time, when there are opportunities to go home, because you see them, and everybody else that I know that has had, that's gone through this training, everybody else, every time their trainers go home for their day off, They all got put up. So I don't know what happened here. I'm thinking, maybe she just doesn't know. Because she didn't, when she was going to be gone for 3 days, she was going to leave me on the truck for 3 days. And I had to reach out to my advisor and ask him, hey, can I get a hotel? And he was like, yeah, But I know they don't do it for one day. I think he said 2 days or more. So it's not going to be 2 days. It's going to be 34 hours. It's not 2 days. So I sit and make videos. So that's been my experience so far. I went to a spot and we had to move trailers. That was nerve-wracking because we had to drop off a trailer and pick up another trailer. But I guess they don't have a yard dog. A yard dog is the person who moves the trailers around to where they're supposed to be at so we can pick them up and take them. Well, they didn't have a yard dog, so we had to move 3 trailers to get to ours, which just made a big mess because other trucks were coming in and they were moving the trailers around too because theirs was being blocked too. So now you've got all these trailers pretty much all over the place because we're trying to get to the trailers in the back. And so that right there just showed me that was poor control in the yard. They didn't have it organized right because they were blocking the trailers that needed to get out. And those trailers got moved to maybe other trailers that needed to probably be out because we had to pick up ours at 8. So what happens to those that have to be there at 10? So I don't know what was going on, but we moved those trailers and picked up ours and left. And she said that's something you don't really want to do because you don't want to be touching other people's trailers. That's why the yard dogs are there, to ensure that everybody's stuff, is okay. But they didn't have one, and they told us we had to get to them, so we had to move them ourselves. And but like I say, I only drop and hook, which I like. That's why I'm doing this. Drop and hook. I don't want to touch. I don't want to unpack. I don't want to load. I don't want to unload. I just want to drop and hook. And that's what we've been doing. Or be loaded and unloaded. As long as I don't have to, physically touch it, because I know I'm not physically capable of doing all of that. That's too heavy for me. Just when we had to do it on the test, I was just like, I'll be over the road. I couldn't pick up no 100 pounds. No, I can't pick up no 100 pounds. So I just went over the road. And it's cool because I just wanted to just drive and see some mountains and see some good sunrises and some good sunsets and look out at the stars at night before I go to bed. And I'm still like a little kid, every time the stars, because in the city where I live at, you don't see nothing because they always have all those little planes that go around putting out the fog and the clouds. They be making the clouds and stuff like that. So we don't see stars where I'm at, but being out there, I get to see some nice stars. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Sort of like if I wanted to build a house, I would have built it like right there. Type of beautiful. So right now my trainer thinks I'm nuts because sometimes when we be at the stops, for a break, I'll just be sitting out just looking up. And she's like, why are you looking up? And I'd be like, because it's so beautiful, I don't get a chance to see that. So people who get to see stars and stuff like that on the constant, you guys are lucky because a lot of us don't see them. People in big cities, we don't really see starry nights. We don't get starry nights. We get hazy nights. That's what we get, hazy nights, polluted nights, But this is what my 2 weeks have been like so far. So, we got one more to go. She says it's not gonna get any worse than that, because she says pretty much everything that could have possibly happened has happened. I've dealt with a breakdown. I've dealt with being on your way to pick up and then they change and then you had to go somewhere else, or you got it and then they took the load from you and you had to drop it and go and get something different. It's been interesting, but like I said, I went after this. This has been, well, the way I look at it is as an adventure. It's something I've never done before. Breaking Bad. It's something I've never done before. It was something I wanted to prove to myself that I could do, because I'm having people telling me that I can't, and there's nothing more that gets me going than somebody telling me what I can't do. So that makes me work harder to prove to myself that I can. So right now, some of my peoples that are out here on the road, I got a lot of friends out here, so they're proud of me. They call me a big girl. I'm a big girl now, hanging out with the big dog. So I don't know. I'll check back. I'll let you all know how my last week go, and yeah, then after that, my graduation, and then I'll show you my truck. Okay, bye.